Okay, that end might not have been perfect, but hopefully close enough. These kind of finger picking songs are kind of, it's tiring. Okay, so standard tuning, capo at the 6th fret. There's kind of a funny thing about the like intro riff thing, which is that it starts off with this one kind of G and then it immediately has the other G. So the first G that it has is like, you could do it with your 2nd and your 3rd, like that, or with your 3rd and your 4th. It's the 3rd fret on the low E string and the 3rd fret on the B. And then it immediately goes. So it's like. So you have that, and then you have 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the low E, open D, G, and B, and then E minor. So it's okay. And what's funny is that what's funny rhythmically too, because it goes 1, 2, 1. Then it's in regular time. Anyway, you might notice that. Let me talk you through we'll get the finger picking going. So the finger picking pattern is like a very standard finger picking pattern that just keeps going the same way. So that's kind of the good news. So if you're familiar with this kind of pattern, it should be pretty easy. It's like, so you're going to have your thumb alternating between, either the E and the D, the A and the D, or sometimes like on the D chord between the D and the G. But either way, it's going to do, and in between those thumbs, it's your index and middle on usually the G and the B. On the D chord, it's going to be on the B and the E. So it's like thumb, index, thumb, middle. That's the pattern. E, G, D, B, 6, 3, 4, 2. So, if you played that kind of pattern before, it should be familiar to you. And yeah, it's where the thumb is just depends on the chord. So on the G chord, on this G or F sharp, on the E minor, your thumb is going to go between the E and the D. On the C, it's going to go between the A and the D. exception where now the thumb is going between the D and the G, and the index is on the B, and the middle is on the high E. Okay, so that's a little finger picking moment. So now I'll just show you chords. And so G, like that, with the third fret on the B. G over F sharp. So it's one time on that, then one time on that. Now this is this E minor is the only sort of exception to the finger picking rule. It does this. So after one time of regular finger picking pattern on E minor, now you're going to do this. So it's two times of pick up. I'm playing E minor. You could play E minor with your first and second finger. I find it easier to get to this version of E minor where my second finger's on the second fret of the A and my third finger's on the second fret of the D, but again, you can do it like this. And whatever E minor you're in, you do the regular finger picker pattern once of, thumb on the low E, index on the G, thumb on the D, middle on the B. And now you're going to do this. Your thumb is going to pluck the A string, but your second finger, or your first finger if you're playing like this, is going to pick up. You're going to play the open A and then immediately hammer on the second fret. Then your thumb plays the D, and then your index plays the G. You can do that twice. So in this hand, it's like going A, D, G, A, D, G, A, D, G, thumb, thumb, index, thumb, thumb, index, A, D, G. And in this hand, it's like hammer on, sort of a slow hammer on, right? It's like, and then you don't have to move anything else in your hand. And so you go one. Make sense? Later it's going to be the first time it goes to a C chord, just one time on the C. So it's like 1, 2. It's gonna go. I'm mixing up the intro and the verse now. So in the intro, let's talk about the intro. You have this to the E minor, that little riff, to the C. Now it's back to G, but this time it's G with open B instead of third fret on the B. And now also the rhythm is normal. So instead of just that one beat each, like 1, 2, instead of that it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this time it's this. It's like a G over F sharp. So now I'm using my second finger for the second fret on the low E string, and then the rest of my finger picking pattern is just the open D, G, and B. E, G, D, B. 6, 3, 4, 2. So that's the whole intro. It's like one time through on this G with the third fret on the B, then a G over F sharp, then one time through the pattern on an E minor, then this hammer-on thing twice, then one time through on C, and now back to G, but now with open B instead of third fret on the B, and now 3 times on that, then G over B one time, then E minor one time, hammer-on thing twice, and then G over F sharp once, which again, I'm using my second finger on the second fret of the low E string, and then these 3 open strings. Okay, so now you're in the verse, which is very similar. 3 times on G, G over F sharp, E minor, one time on E minor, then the hammer-on thing twice. Now C once, now D a bunch of times. And as I mentioned when we were talking about the finger picking, on D, it's a little different because your thumb is going to go between D and G, and your index is going to be on B, and your middle is going to be on high E. So it's like D, B, G, E. Thumb, a long time on this chord. It's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, is that right? 6. And then 2 times on G on C. So. Now 2 times on the C, and then you repeat that. As usual with these kind of finger picking things, the transitions can be tricky. So it's like when I'm on this D, now when I have to go to the C, I mean, I can try to get it really fast to go from one to the next, but it could be hard. So I might kind of leave that last middle finger. The point is, like, let it be sloppy when you're switching from one. You know, I might go. I might sort of, you know, mess with the pattern a little bit as I get ready to change. It's kind of a feel thing, like the way that you change in finger picking patterns like this. But the point is, if you're having a hard time going exactly from one chord to the next with the finger picking pattern, don't make yourself do that. You can sort of, you know, something like that. I just went. So notice what I did. Thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, index. To get from the you know. As usual, when you play guitar, the really important thing is to be on the new chord when it's its turn, you know? So you can keep the rhythm of the chord changes going. The chorus is just G. Everything is 2 times of the pattern. G, C, A minor, D. So it's that sequence of chords, G, C, A minor, D, 2 times each one, and then that whole sequence, G, C, A minor, D, goes 5 times, which is confusing too. This is another place where, like, you could theoretically play it perfectly like this. You know, sort of like go right, but you might need to sort of fake it to get in between. I definitely was. I was sort of going. This one's kind of, you can do the G to C. Then you have A minor. Now, D, here is where I was often, you know, kind of messing with the pattern a little bit to give myself time to get to the G. Yeah, so it goes, there's the intro. There's the verse, the chorus. It goes back, plays the intro just like it did the first time. Then it does verse, chorus, and then it does the sort of intro thing again, but I think it's a little different. I don't know how I did it when I played it. I wasn't sure if I did it right, but I think it goes into sort of like a normal version of the intro, like. Might be how it ends. I gotta listen to it when I finish this, at which point it'll be too late. Okay, but it's something like that. When I say normal, I just mean it doesn't have the G with the 3rd fret on the B, which is sort of different. It just has the G with the open B. Okay, I really feel like I was all over the place in this video, but hopefully you got what you needed to be able to play the song. I will have a chord chart available through my Patreon page if you want to check that out. But also just feel free to let me know if you have any questions. You know, hopefully that all made sense. And thank you very much for watching.